Welcome back once again to the Gang Breaks Kayfabe. I'm Cash, joined by Jason, Draven, and Vance Desmond. Not sure how you guys are seeing it, but I'm calling it. Jason's drinking his Ecto Cooler, and only Ecto Cooler. High C, baby. We are here to talk about several things. We're going to talk about the big return last night on AEW Dynamite. We're going to talk about TNA versus NXT Showdown. Now, I believe is what it's called. And then we're going to talk about Crown Jewel a little bit, and then we're going to get into another Mount Rushmore, and this one is going to be Mount Botchmore, where we will each have a category of botches to go over with and make our own Mount Rushmore out of. So, and we'll get to the reason why we are doing a Mount Botchmore this week. So let's start with the big return to AEW Dynamite last night. I guess probably it wasn't that crazy unexpected, but I was not expecting it. Last night after the opening match with Kenny Omega and Brodito versus the Young Bucks and Josh Alexander, which was just super weird and I thought a very random
fucking match though.
It was good. It was really good. But I was like, why Josh Alexander? Like, that's just a weird.
He was in. So I was trying to remember who was in that four-way ladder match at the pay-per-view, and we could remember everyone, including Hechicero, but could not remember
Josh
his
Alexander.
partners. Yeah, sorry, buddy. I think I explained his whole career. Because every time someone mentions him, I think he's a good worker, but I go, oh, yeah, that guy exists.
Yeah.
Ethan Page's tag buddy? That guy?
Yeah. Same thing kind of happens with Ethan, and I love Ethan Page.
Yeah, so after a really, really good match, good opener, Kenny Omega cuts one of his weird promos where Kenny Omega's, it's not even really a promo, it's just, like, Kenny Omega's address to the fans, like, he's just addressing the fans. It's not really even cutting a promo, and so he does this whole I bid you adieu thing, and then the lights go out, and then a dude is in the ring behind him, dressed a little bit like Braun Strowman, I thought, and it turns out to be Andrade. He pulls off the black mask, and he looks pretty badass in his current form.
He's on that Randy Orton, I'm gone for a couple of weeks, and then I come back at AJ Styles.
So you want to hear a hot take that I heard from old Uncle Dave about this that blew my mind?
Okay.
He said it is one of the biggest wastes of money Tony Khan's ever done, and that he's probably the sixth best guy in the Don Callis family.
What?
And he said, yeah. He said Kyle Fletcher's better. Okay. He said Hechicero's better. He said, yeah. He said, who else was it? Someone else that I could be like, okay, we can argue about that. I forget who. But then he also said Rocky Romero is better.
I mean, Okada
He said
Okada and
way
Takeshita
better. And Takeshita, yeah.
and Fletcher are the only three that have, like, those are the only three that I would put on the same level as Andrade out of the group. Like, there's a lot of good workers, but Andrade's so good.
There, but I get why other people wouldn't, because I've seen a bunch of his indie shit.
I kind of heard somewhere it was tossed out that Andrade's possibly getting the push that Wardlow was going to be getting.
Yeah, I saw that too, because at this point, bridges have been burned. He has nowhere else to go, so he's in for the long haul now.
I mean, the dude is so good. He was, we were all bummed that he left AEW, I think, the first time, because anytime he did have a match, it was
Do you think
must
this
see.
is going to get less AEW guys to jump ship, because they see that once you get over there, WWE kind of loses interest in you immediately?
I don't know.
But rumor was they were going to put the tag belts on him, so did they really lose interest in him? I mean, it might not have been going anywhere just having him as the substitute Penta, but
I do think he would have been, like, him and Dominic would have been the dudes
But he
in
came
AAA.
back in January of 24. It took them a full year to do anything with them.
Yeah, he really
Phoenix.
didn't do anything for that first year.
He won't work AAA.
But that's right. Yeah, I didn't know that at the time. Like, I didn't even think about the CMLL connection. But like in my head, I was thinking. But I read somewhere where that was WWE wanted him to be a part, and he just outright refused to do it, which is good on him for being loyal, I guess. But yeah, I'm excited. I hope with him starting this with Kenny Omega, it means that Andrade is going to be used in a main event, big match way.
Although I think it's the Andrade, back to one Andrade thing about the not working AAA. It's owned by WWE now. That'd be like if you bought that shitty wrestling fed we got here in town. I'd be like, nope. I said I'm not ever going to wrestle there, so I'm not. Like, that doesn't make any sense. It's different people. I guess they still have some of the people maybe still involved.
Him working it immediately burns his bridge with CMLL, that's his home promotion. That was his upbringing. That's where he became a star. He didn't want to burn that bridge by working for their number one competitor.
And I do think that AAA, I do think like most of the leadership there, I think they're still there. Like, I think a lot of the guys are still involved. So
yeah, probably so.
Like office workers and stuff, yeah, a bunch of different people he made bad interactions with.
I mean, yeah, because it would kind of be like if I bought that shitty thing, but then I really didn't have a lot to do with it, and I was like, I left a lot of the same people, and it was like I didn't really change a whole lot, and I was like, no, dude, just go work like that dude that doesn't know how to even get in the ring.
Now, I was under the impression that they bought it and then they gave it to Taker like they did NXT with Shawn as part of his arrangement for coming back with, hey, listen, we're gonna let you and your wife do a podcast. We'll put her in the Hall of Fame, and now you got your own company. You can book it however you want. We don't care. We're gonna put it on YouTube.
That was one of the weirdest aspects of that when I read that Taker was like heavily involved. I was like, what?
Also,
like, I can see Shawn Michaels going to do that and Taker kind of taking over NXT before what they're doing.
Well, I mean, AAA right now has the same distribution that we have. Same company.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say the same amount of viewers we have.
We're getting close. We're getting close.
Dude.
Oh, once we start really doing hot take episodes where the title is just pissing off people so they have to watch it, we'll be doing good.
I'm telling you, that two-parter.
So, like, I'm hoping Andrade, I'm hoping this isn't the AEW style where Andrade seems to get into it, Pac, Miro when he was there, even Wardlow, I know this time is an injury, but like I hope this isn't one of those. He's here for this big splash. He's going to have one match, and then we don't see him. Like, so yeah, hopefully he's going to have a. But it's pretty awesome that the Don Callis family is stacking up heels for top baby faces. Well, yeah, but like we just said like at least 4 of those dudes are main event worthy, I would say. And can kind of go interchangeably with whoever the champion is.
I don't know. I don't like the big stables. And NWO hurt my feelings. I've never gotten over it.
I like it so far. I am worried it's going to get to the point where it's like there's a Don Callis family and then there's like Don Callis's like cousins. And like they're a separate little group and like, you get the Vincents and the CB Rays and that one.
Black and white, yeah.
Yeah.
Me and Fiona were talking about Don Callis family today. So we were talking about that tag match. I couldn't remember Josh Alexander. And she's like, because we're talking about Andrade return, and she's like, he's also in Don Callis? I'm like, yeah. And she goes, there's so many people in there. She goes, I think that's too many. You just forget. And I said, well, what's a perfect number for stable? She goes, 4 is good, 5 is perfect. And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, because you can have a main event guy, a mid-card guy, and a tag team. That's what you should have as a stable. I'm like, yeah, 4 horseman formula.
Right.
Yeah, I don't mind it so far. Like I said, I think in the group chat, I do think they would probably do pretty well if like there was a Don Callis, underling that kind of like take what's his name, Jason's boy.
Bring back Nakazawa, that guy. He was the lackey for the last heel group.
But they've got
I've done some research on
brother
bad.
Ron Callis.
Well, I've been looking at some of the worst matches, so that's why that guy's name is right on the tip of my tongue.
Well, they've got if they're going to stick with Jason, who's your boy, Alex Abrahantes.
Yes.
So if
Is he
they're going to
still
stick with
there? I haven't seen him
Yeah,
forever.
he is.
he's
What's
with
he managing
the guy that just did Hey EW.
Literally, he just brought someone out to the
He
ring
manages
last
RJ
week.
City?
he managed the guy that was a guest for RJ City.
I don't know.
I can't think of his name, but yeah. So he's got, but like, if they're gonna stick with, he can only manage Mexican wrestlers or luchadors, then he could take like Hechicero, El Clone, some of those guys.
Can we talk about that for a
Hologram
second?
just joined.
Yeah, I was gonna get into that too.
Oh my god, it's hologram, except no, it's really fucking not, because he's 2 feet shorter, and you can tell that instantly.
Oh.
I do like that they're actually doing something with the hologram thing. Like, at least there's a little bit of like a story now.
I
Like,
think at the end when they're all posing too, like the red light flickering and weird buzzing, I think that's part of his deal, but it wasn't very clear.
Yeah.
Super.
I think it's supposed
because
to be.
when they took out hologram, like the screen went red and said like error, something like that when they took him out.
Commander, yeah. That's
looked it
who
up.
Alex Abrahantes is.
It's like, I know he literally just brought someone to the ring.
Yeah. Yeah, that was. So, what else? Anything else from AEW stand out to you? I thought was Orange Cassidy and Kyle Fletcher, was that OC's first match back?
I think he worked a tag match last week.
Okay.
Mm.
I thought it was good, but I felt like it was like it almost seemed like they told him to kind of like not leave
back
everything.
in. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was a replacement anyways, because it was supposed to be hologram, who's like shoot injured.
Oh, that's right. So was that the reason why Orange Cassidy's Titantron, his video screen, is that why it had like the error, or is that what he always does?
He talked about how he actually came up with that one and sent it to production.
Okay.
It is a Titantron, and it'll forever be known as a Titantron.
Right.
Well, it's a split Titan.
Because Tony Khan runs the Titan of the NFL, the Jaguars.
I don't know.
Don't they have a Titans thing?
Yeah. I don't know. I like the Conatron. Sounds pretty good.
The Conatron. I like that.
Yeah. Main event was Darby and Chris Statlander taking on Wheeler Yuta and Marina Shafir. I popped huge for Wheeler Yuta busting out the Pain Thriller. I don't know if that was if he got that from Justice Pain or not, but I was very happy to see that. And then Marina took the thumbtacks to bare feet. Ow. Power to her. It was like in between her toes, like but yeah, Marina is. I kept thinking, like, why don't they use her in matches more? But then I saw
the same reason WWE didn't use her in matches.
Yeah.
How's this woman been around wrestling this much and married to Roderick Strong and has not picked up anything?
I mean, like,
at least a damn backbreaker out there.
After that, I was like, oh, okay, she's in the perfect role with what she's been doing. Like, never mind, don't have her in the ring.
She's the bodyguard China. That's all she is.
Yeah. But I did like that they did the intergender match, like a legit one. I feel like they might start doing more of those at some point, and then we'll get intergender tag belts. I'm sure.
There's too many.
Of course. We need one more. We'll just one more per show.
So is Tony Khan sexist because there's not a trios women's?
Oh, just wait.
Time.
Yeah,
that's why I'm putting it out there in the ether.
First, there'll be the 6 women's tags in Ring of Honor, and
yeah. That'll probably be.
We just introduced the women's tag belt, so give it 6 months.
Yeah, I'd say by next year there'll be women's trios titles. They should just, if they're going to do trios titles at all, it should be intergender. That should be an intergender division.
Yeah.
But they shouldn't do trios titles at all because it's redundant and irrelevant.
Yeah, I mean, I always forget that WCW had the 6-man titles.
Only for a couple of years, not for
Yeah, and it was like every time you would see one on one of the pay-per-views or whatever, you'd be like, those three guys are the champs? Like, unless it was the
Junkyard
Freebirds or
Dog
something,
and
it
Tommy
never made
Rich and
sense.
Greg Valentine, what a team!
Yeah.
Can I rant on the name of a three-person versus three-person wrestling match?
No.
Because it was always six-man tags, and then the hip thing became trios or whatever. Well, how come the people who call trios matches still call an eight-man tag an eight-man tag? Are we not doing quads? Are we not going to use other abbreviations? Are we just only using trio? Not doubles either.
So
I think it should be.
Mexico relies on the six-man tag matches the most, so that's why I think they took the term trios because that's what they called it in Mexico, where it's a big deal. It'd be like doing
Well, then why?
like a light heavyweight match in the United States and using cruiserweight as your term because that's the popular term in your territory.
Well, then why doesn't Mexico call it quads then? If I watch a AAA eight-man tag, is that a quad?
They probably do. I think they call it captain's fall if you do more than
Yeah, they have some other name for it.
because they do a different variation where I think you have to beat the captain or beat the other people twice. That's how they're big.
It's,
Wait, what's the other name? Other
isn't
name
that
for a
the-
six-man, 6-on-6 match then, if it's not a 12-man tag.
Wait, where is there a 12-man tag happening at? How
It's
big?
happened.
AEW can't do that with their small-ass rings.
I'm pretty sure those are the Cybernetico matches. Where
Yeah.
I think that's what they're called. Like, so like if the four of us were on a team against who's another podcast that has four people.
I just want to make sure Jason's taking the heat before we go any further.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
okay, go.
whatever
go.
other podcast has four people. If we were in like a Cybernetico match with them, if Jason the order would be Jason's in the ring, then I'm in the ring, Vance is in the ring, and Draven, and that's the only order we can tag in and out. And then, yeah,
Pretty interesting.
and then you're trying to eliminate everybody on that
Imagine
team.
Trying to explain that to an American audience.
No.
Yeah. No.
Well, Mystery Wrestling did it. That's how because they did that 24-hour benefit thing, and the entire match was a Cybernetico, and it took 24 hours. But then also in those matches, so like if the four of us would eliminate the other team of four, then we're in a match against each other. So there's only one person standing at the end of the match. So you're trying to like eliminate a team so you can get to just the final. But like whoever's been eliminated off your team, they're not going to be in the final, So it's just whoever's left with only one person standing.
The Survivor Series year that every survivor had a match at the end of the night.
Yeah.
I wish they would have kept doing that. That was
I liked
booking
it.
tool.
I thought it was awesome.
You know how old I am now? I remember 10 years ago when he said, I'm in a tag match, I would go, oh, okay, what can we do with these people in there? Now my first thought, even before I think who's in it or why it makes sense, is who's taking the heat, because I want it to not be me.
Yeah.
Always me.
That's why if you're the face, you pull out the I don't know. I think the crowd will probably be better. It'll be a better pop if I get the hot tag.
I got a really hot tag, man. I don't want to be the one.
Yeah.
I don't mind taking heat, but I got a good hot tag.
I'll take a little heat, but
I can get the crowd's sympathy by just getting the shit kicked out of me. So and then
I'll do the
crawling,
first one that's in small
crying.
pieces. I got that good hot tag.
Well, me and Dustin were a team. He was young, and I always use this excuse, which is a great one. Hey, you're much more over as a babyface than me. They're really going to connect with you more than me. And that works as a trainer. You can say that, and you can't tell me, no, that's not true,
It's
because...
backwards to wrestling, because the guy they like more is who they'll cheer louder for on the hot tag.
Right.
No,
Right.
it's not.
but Dustin's going to get the sympathy.
Yeah.
And then Tim gets to ride off that wave by being the guy to come in and save him.
The match I tore my pec, unfortunately, Logan was my tag partner, and we were faces, and I said, hey, I think I should take the heat for this, and
You dumb
tell him
bastard.
or whatever, and he goes, are you sure? He felt that. He goes, are you sure? And I said, unfortunately, yes, it's all that makes sense, so we got to do it.
I was very fortunate that I was always bigger than my tag partners for the most part.
Yes.
And it made way less sense for me to take the heat than it did for
But I
them.
have a shitty face, so no one's going to care if I get beat up. So.
Yeah. All right. So AEW Dynamite was solid. I think Collision is Friday. I think it's tomorrow night instead of Saturday. they've got, and then coming up soon, like they've got a Blood and Guts.
All these fucking shows, by the way. I don't watch any of the weekly shows. I randomly did catch most of Dynamite last night, but there's so much fucking wrestling.
I haven't watched. I didn't watch Dynamite.
Collision last week was in my hometown, 3 miles from my house, and I still just sat here and watched half of it on TV instead of going.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you the last time I watched Collision.
But CM Punk was there. I can tell you that.
Yeah, maybe he was in the video last night.
Oh,
and they did like a 6-year recap video or whatever. There was a quick
put the clip of him and Jungle Boy fighting in there instead of what they put.
I know. It was like a quick little clip of him and the Sting face paint.
I was at the AEW show where they did like, we're going to show you the backstage stuff. So I was there live for that reaction of why are they doing this?
Yeah.
I was there live for whenever CM Punk caught out Hangman Adam Page and he wasn't even in the building. And he said, that's not cowboy shit, that's chicken shit. And me and Fee were just like, what? What's happening?
So coming up though, as far as the WWE side of things goes, we've got the NXT versus TNA show, the pay-per-view coming up. It was originally titled Invasion, but apparently there was some controversy as that was when Hamas had attacked
Hamas. It's a spicy thing.
The Gaza
Are you trying to
Strip.
say Thomas? Are you trying to say the name Thomas?
When Thomas attacked Israel.
Thank you.
That train.
It is.
You're talking about Thomas the Train.
They're gonna pull this video.
Just listen to me. I'm the only one that's reporting the real news. It's the anniversary of the date when a militant group attacked the Gaza Strip.
And we can't get into it, or I'm gonna derail this.
That's all I got.
So
that's a factual thing. Period.
So instead, they've changed the name.
So this is just kind of funny to see you guys walking on eggshells.
If it wasn't for the fact that we would just not be doing a wrestling podcast for the rest of the night, I will totally get into this. But people are here to listen to wrestling things. So the name has changed to NXT versus TNA Showdown, which is making a lot of weird things happen.
The W is really big in the logo for some reason. That's weird.
But yeah, that is weird now that you say it.
Invasion had the giant V. They just ripped off the Invasion logo.
Oh, that's probably it.
I'm looking at the logo.
Put a new word in.
That's weird.
I don't know if there's only 4 matches or if there's only been 4 matches announced, but I know of 4 matches, so those are the ones we'll cover. We are getting a 4-on-4 men's Survivor Series tag team style match with Team NXT, which is the new men's NXT champion, Ricky Saints, teaming with Trick Williams, Javon Evans, and Miles Bourne, versus Team TNA, Mike Santana, Frankie Kazarian, Moose, and Leon Slater. Javon Evans and Leon Slater will be very fun to watch when they're in the ring together. I don't know which one's going to do the crazier dive or get the most height when they jump. The rest of that is, not all that interesting. Team TNA is, Mike Santana, Frankie Kazarian, Moose, and Leon Slater. Like, that's who you got for this? That's upsetting. Then we get a 4-on-4 women's Survivor Series tag team match, which is
That's about the best they got.
I think, pretty much, yeah.
That's the best they got without making the TNA team be all ex-WWE workers.
Yeah.
With the women.
Well, I guess I didn't want to do both. Because, you got Dolph. Zack Ryder's hanging around. Everyone has to use their WWE names when they're on WWE TV, I think. So, but yeah, they had an option with other guys they could have used, but I think they're just avoiding putting any ex-WWE guys in that.
So for the Women's Survivor Series Tag Team match, the Women's NXT Champion, JC Jane, is teaming up with Jada Parker. Shout out Jada Parker. Yeah. The NXT North American, Women's North American, and
Marco.
Women's Speed Champion, because the Speed titles are now on NXT, I think.
Belts. Everybody's got too many fucking belts.
Saul Ruka. And then the last teammate on that one, Team NXT, is Lola Vice, taking on Team TNA, Kalani Jordan, Jessie McKay, Cassie Lee, and Mara Sade.
So all 4 of them were WWE people, right?
One of them
think
still
so.
is a WWE people. Isn't the TNA Women's Champ a WWE?
Kalani still is.
So yeah, Kalani Jordan is the TNA Knockouts World Champion. Which is, yeah, that's odd. That she's going to be on Team TNA.
Like Triple James is the TNA Men's Champion, and he's on the NXT team.
Wow.
Confusion.
Oh, so Cassie Lee and Jessie McKay are the Iconics, Peyton Royce and Billie Kay.
All right.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
And then Mara Sade is formerly known as Jakara Jackson. I still don't know who that is.
She was Lash Legends tag partner.
Okay. Then we get a winner-take-all match for the TNA World Tag Team Championship and NXT Tag Team Championship, with everyone banned from ringside. The Hardys versus Dark State, Dion Lennox and Osiris Griffin. I don't know much about Dark State. I think the last time I tuned into NXT, they were doing a run-in, and I had no idea who they were then.
They're Insanity 2.0.
Okay, yep, that is what
They wear the
look like.
mask, they come out, the lights go out, then they suddenly show up. So I think that's just Eric Young Crew 2.0.
And then aren't the Hardys and the Dudleys wrestling at some points? Is that on TNA?
They're bound for a
Yes.
pay-per-view, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. In a TLC match or just a ladder match or something?
Tables, I think, just tables.
Just tables. Okay. And then for the NXT North American Championship, Ethan Page will be defending the belt against Mustafa Ali.
That'll be
There
a
you go.
banger.
It'll be a really good
that
match.
could be really
That was
good.
predominantly a TNA guy who's now an NXT guy against the guy that was predominantly a WWE
An
guy who's
NXT
now
guy.
a TNA guy.
Yeah. So, conspiracy brain here. Do you think when they were releasing a lot of these guys that then went to TNA, that it was more of a, we're going to restructure your deal and you're now a TNA guy, or is this all just kind of happening to work out this way?
No, because I don't think Cedric Alexander would have signed with TNA if it was just like a wink, wink, hey, we're demoting you down to TNA kind of thing.
Because I was thinking maybe it was like, hey, we can either release you or we can restructure this to the TNA contract.
But I think TNA's paying all the salaries of the TNA.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
No,
just a
I-
working relationship, not.
I did have that thought too, Cash, though, especially with with Ziggler specifically. Like, so you're going to let him go, then you're going to send him to TNA. He's the champ now. He gets to work with their younger talent, try and get them maybe a little bit better to be whatever it was going to be in the long run. I definitely had that thought too. But yeah, if TNA is just paying them anyway, then
It's just very, like, I would think now if you get released, you're probably maybe second guessing yourself before you start talking about what a shithole WWE is. Like, if you think that TNA might be a part of your plans, like, because a lot of those guys said some shit on the way out. And then
Right.
there they are. So that's got to be, like, a little uncomfortable at times. But, I mean, so far it seems like WWE hasn't held it against them. I mean, they're being used in the TNA stuff, so I don't think we'll be reviewing that show. I mean, if you guys all really want to.
No.
you meant to say watching that show.
Yeah, I won't be watching it
watching.
unless we were going to review it, and then I would go ahead and watch it. But
I'd be watching it if it was still called Invasion, but now that they changed it, I'm not doing it.
Then on October 11th, so I think that is next Saturday, WWE Crown Jewel. This one is in Perth, Australia.
You got the time on that show?
Noon.
Like 10 in the morning?
I would say probably 10.
I think it's what it is. I was like, ain't no damn way I'm watching that.
Well, because like I told you guys, the way I was watching AEW Dynamite, I think that was what I was watching. No, I was watching an NFL game Sunday, or Monday Night Football was what I was watching. The way I was watching it, I was getting the Australian feed, and everything is very topsy-turvy. So, like, yeah, not only is AEW Dynamite on ESPN in Australia, but so Thursday Night Football airs live Friday morning in Australia. So the ad is Thursday Night Football on Friday morning. I was like, what? And then I realized, the time difference would make it to where. But I meant to like look it up and I forgot. But I do wonder if WWE got the ESPN deal in Australia too.
No, because
like,
outside of the United States, it's Netflix everywhere.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
I'm going to Great Britain for that day to watch it. And so I don't
I believe you spend so much on flights there and back.
Yeah.
You do you.
Hey, I'm not giving ESPN my money. So.
Pip Cheerio. Hello, Governor. Hello, Governor. So, yeah, we're getting the one from Perth, Australia, which I completely forgot this one wasn't in Saudi Arabia. But only 4 matches on this one, too, so far. I'm guessing. So I don't know if that seems to be kind of what they're doing for these shows, 4 or 5 matches on the smaller shows. But in a tag team match, Rhea Ripley and Io Sky versus the Kabuki Warriors, Asuka and Kairi Sane. I mean, it'll be a banger. It'll be everybody in that match is really good.
What kind of mist is Asuka using that
to cover Rhea's entire body?
So much of it. 2 weeks in a row. Like the first time I was like, something went wrong with the capsule.
I didn't even see it happen. Like, I started seeing pictures pop up of Rhea after that, and I thought she had, like, dyed herself to be, like, the Incredible Hulk or something. And then I saw the clip, and I was like, how the hell did that cover so much? Yeah, that match would be good. Then we get John Cena versus AJ Styles, which I want to watch just because it's, one of John Cena's last matches, and AJ is getting it, so it should be a pretty solid match.
He started getting pretty good again. He's not like totally washed like he was when he started the run, so it should be decent, middle of the road. 2 guys that are slowing down, but still pretty good.
Yeah, because he's not just like walking around the ring for a minute between each move, and then for the WWE Women's Crown Jewel Championship.
Oh, they are doing the Crown Jewel deals.
The Raw Women's
nice
Champ.
belt.
Yeah, Stephanie Vakir will take on the SmackDown's Women's Champion, Tiffany Stratton. And then for the Men's Crown Jewel Championship, Cody Rhodes, the SmackDown Undisputed WWE Champion, will face Seth Rollins, the Raw Heavyweight Champion.
They're working again. Oh my god.
And Seth has never beat Cody. They went out of their way to show us and tell us that he has to win this because he has never beat him.
So Brock,
I feel like
Smalls, right?
Seth win, I guess, is the easy booking there.
Yeah, like
be Smalls. It'll have run-ins, and Cody can fight off valiantly. He fights off 2, 3, 4 people, but the 5th one gets him, and then he's over.
Well, teams at Survivor Series, then we'll do the throwaway Rumble title match with Brock and Cody.
Yep.
Either that, or they'll have. Did you say Brock?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, yeah, I figured they'll have Brock come out just through his association with Heyman to help Rollins win and start the feud with Cody. Unfortunately, so last year was the first year they did this Crown Jewel Championship thing, right?
Okay.
And who won that? Do you remember?
Cody won it for
Cody.
the men.
Cody.
Liv Morgan for the women.
Okay, so actually, Cody being in it does make sense. Because I was going to say, like, shouldn't the Crown Jewel
gimmick of the
champion
belts
have to
is the two top
defend it?
champions work each other every year. It has nothing to do about defending the thing.
I know.
It's like the Owen Hart Cup belt. Like
yeah.
The winner just gets a belt, and then it has nothing to do with next year.
But I would like it. I'd like it better if it was like, because again, exactly what you said, it means nothing though. So there's no real stakes involved in any of the matches. So it'd be better if they used it for more like a King of the Ring or something, like a 3-man, 4-man tournament or something in one night.
I've ever pitched, but it just popped in my head, so I'm going to throw it out there. What if the winner of that got an anti-Money in the Bank they couldn't be cashed in on if they win the Crown Jewel title?
I actually like that.
So, I got to think about it.
Better than there being no reward.
I mean, but
Well,
but I mean, there's nothing. There's no stakes for anyone watching. Like, oh, okay, you got this belt that then next year, like, it could be someone else.
It
like,
doesn't affect you as the champion that lost.
right. And if it's not I don't remember how last year's went, but if it's not done right and it's a clean pin, then that just makes one of your champions just look weak.
I feel like Cody beat Gunther clean last year.
I mean, that makes sense. It's Cody.
But Tim, while you think about it, everyone else think about buying one of our T-shirts.
I'm not wearing
That's
them
not one of our T-shirts.
That's called a professional segue, folks, right there.
Check them out. Think about buying one, and we will be right back to present our Mount Rushmores.
Oh, this t-shirt is gross, but what do I do? It's all I got.
That's the only shirt you've got? I might have a solution for you then. If you go to ProWrestlingTees.com and you search for Aaron Draven, which I think you guys can all see right there on the screen how to spell it, you can find official Gang Breaks Kayfabe t-shirts. That's right. Jason, can you believe it?
I can't, but what I can believe is you can get your official shirt of either all of us, or you can choose which one of us you like the best and get just our shirt. Fine.
Breaks Kayfabe, full logo on a pink shirt, or pick. Do you prefer Vance, Jason, Cash, or Omega? And get a yellow shirt. Oh, I wish he wasn't doing that.
That's so
Let's get him a
weird.
long sleeve shirt.
So the only thing you guys didn't mention,
But Draven,
I'll
how do
bring
they
up-
find
I'll bring
those
up the
shirts
price.
again?
They are $19.99 each, no matter what design you pick. ProWrestlingTees.com /wrestlers-t-shirts/Aaron Draven. Super easy to remember. Definitely not going to be on the screen here because you're going to be able to remember it without me even putting a graphic up.
And go buy them. That way I can afford to buy one for myself.
I don't need this anymore.
Oh, God.
Here we go.
Lord.
Here we go. That was the whole reason you wanted to do this, is so he can take his shirt off.
Right now,
Well, you know, to play this damn game.
We are back. I'm sure a lot of T-shirts just got sold, so whoever prints off those T-shirts, you're going to be busy. There's going to be a whole lot of Jason, Vance, and Draven. Harold?
Harold.
Harold? Sorry, buddy. You're going to have to work overnights. All right, so we are back, and we are
Back
going
to work,
to
Harold.
be presenting our Mount Rushmores, and I will be doing my Mount Rushmore of promo botches. Vance, what will you be doing?
In-ring matches.
In-ring botches?
So there's two that I have in mind.
I want to say
for
the whole
yours.
match.
Okay.
There's
What-
two I have in mind for yours.
I
If
would-
they're not on your list, I'm going to be pissed.
I am pretty positive at least one will be. Draven, what is your category?
Booking botches.
Booking botches, which I'm very excited to because I had a few in mind from that. And then Jason, your category is
actually in ring, and Tim's is worst.
Yeah,
Well,
that's right. Yours is worse
Is how
than
this
Jason's
went
is-
down.
yeah.
worst
And
match.
mine is actual in-ring botches.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's why I was saying. Yeah, that's why I was
So
trying
just
to say
a
not
botch of a
botch.
It's
match.
like,
Two
oh,
I have in
yeah.
mind for Jason's
Shit.
deal that I'll be mad
All
if he
right.
doesn't have them.
And what prompted this part of the episode is
My
what
whole
occurred.
career. Oh, sorry.
Is Draven's whole career. We were just going to
Oh.
all talk about Draven's botches the whole time, but
All my whole list is I got to make a new list. Hang on.
but on SmackDown recently, Jade Cargill, Nia Jax, and was it Tiffany Stratton?
Correct.
You are
Tiff-
correct.
You are correct. I think Tiffany was going for a pin on Nia Jax, I believe. Jade Cargill had been busted open. She had a huge head wound going on. But then, so maybe she was the one getting pinned, but whatever happened.
No, Nia's getting pinned.
Nia was getting pinned. Okay, so Jade was probably supposed to pull Tiffany or the ref out, I would
Tiffany was
say.
supposed to break up the pin. Jade was pinning
Okay.
Nia, and Tiffany's supposed to break it up. And then she had to kick out. Nia had to go ahead and kick out because she was late, but she did break it up. It was going to be 50-50. That wasn't the botch, though. But
Okay, the botch was the referee. 1, 2, there is no kick out, there is no nothing, and then just doesn't even like try to do the where they kind of like throw their hand down and kind of like shove the wrestler's shoulder up as they, skip the 3. There was none of that. It was just a 1, 2. You're supposed to be like she should have just grabbed the mic and said, "You're supposed to kick out," or "You were supposed to do this." Like it was very blatant. I've read. I don't know if this is true, but I have read that is a call from the WWE. Like that is one of the refs are supposed to be doing the finish, or like they were supposed to be counting. They're not supposed to count 3 if that's not the finish, or whatever. Which I find to be insane.
no.
Right, because you can always restart the match under something.
I mean, if you really have to restart the match, then there's way. But like, it's yeah. We always were the way we were always like taught. We weren't refs, but like we were around refs or whatever. And like the thing was like, if you don't kick out, the ref's counting. And then when we were
match, shoot DQ me because I did a low blow in front of him.
Same here.
And that is a good ref.
I was not mad at the ref at all because that's his job. Like we found a way around it. And we found a way to restart the match afterwards. So I was heel and I was working Rumham, and I just told the ref to go tell him to get on the mic and say he doesn't want to win this way. He wants 5 more minutes.
Well, I did the exact same thing with JD, and JD said he didn't want to win that way. We're going to go 5 more minutes. Yeah. Exact verbatim.
Yeah, the ref should not have to look stupid. It completely defeats the purpose of them being the official, the one that's supposedly, keeping everybody playing by the rules. So yeah, and AEW, I feel, is very guilty of the refs looking stupid a lot. Maybe not so much anymore. I remember that used to be a complaint that happened pretty often.
No, it still happens.
I mean, it happens.
They let Rick Knox ref less. That's why it happens less.
yeah, it's a good call. So yeah, that prompted this. Tim, the one time I remember, and I'm sure it happened more than once, but the one time that stands out to me is we went and wrestled. It was on like a soccer field, like an indoor soccer field.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
That ref, so he had never ref before. He was just some kid that was there, and they made him the ref. When you went to pin me or I went to pin you, he asked whichever one of us was getting pinned if we give up. Yeah. Then I think one of us.
Did you give up?
Then
I did not.
See, I quit.
And then either right before that or right after that, one of us went for a submission on the other one, and he started to count the 3, and we were like,
Yeah.
no,
We broke the I forget who had the hold, but I remember we broke the hold because she still stopped the match.
what the hell's happening? Yeah, and then he tried to
fuck on me.
and then being pinned and hearing, "Do you give up?" I mean, give me till 3, dude. Like, I have till 3, referee. Yeah, and then we were very young and stupid because I hit the was it called Faith No More or whatever off the top into a trash can.
No, cash flow.
Yeah, you got to work the name.
Learn your moveset.
No, it's not named after him. Yes.
He liked the move so much he stole his name from it.
No, it's what was that kid's name in CZW? Something Cash.
The one that passed away?
Yeah.
Cash flow?
No, that was the move.
No, his finish was the cash flow.
Flow was that big IWA Mid-South deathmatch worker, I think.
But so the move is I'm facing the crowd back to back with Cash on the top rope, and he's holding my head like a neck breaker and has my arm hooked on this side. He jumps and pulls me over and sits out into a stomach buster or sometimes power driver, depending on how much of a backflip I make. We did it once into a power driver on a stop sign in a tryout match in front of just the boys.
Oh my god!
And we did not get booked.
We did not. They were like, geez.
His name was Chris Cash.
Yes, Chris Cash. Yeah.
We were also told that, basically, okay, yeah, you guys did a bunch of moves, but you didn't play to the crowd. And we were like, what crowd? And they were like, you should have still played to the crowd like they were there. We were like, what? Why? Like, we didn't even think, that wasn't a thought.
I'm like,
we were just trying.
5% sure. I was on a show with that Chris Cash. I did a Mid-South show. So my theme's always been Don't Stay by Linkin Park. And we were in, some flippy tournament that night. And Chris Cash came out to my song, 3 matches before mine. So when it hit during mine, they gave me so much shit on commentary. Don't these guys check music? We already heard this one tonight. Is this even his music? Maybe it's the other guy's music. Did he forget his music?
Yeah, it probably was him then if it was at Mid-South because he worked there pretty often.
Yep.
But I'll start with the Mount Rushmores of promos, and I do have a few honorable mentions. I do have to. One of the honorable mentions is the Lex Luger "I'm Pissed Now" promo. That was a great one.
Too tight, that one.
Yeah. Of course, the Jumpin' Jeff Farmer. Yep. That promo definitely goes. I mean, that's definitely probably
worst, that's best. What are you talking about?
I'll just say, it's the worst, best promo of all time. It's so bad that I can't even consider it to be, a promo that should have been anything other than what it was. Then my official first pick, my number 4 on here, is the debut of Shockmaster in WCW. It was at a Flair for the Gold in front of the live audience at Clash of the Champions 24, August 18th, 1993. Sid and Harlem Heat confronted Sting and Davey Boy Smith. A Flair for the Gold, of course, was hosted by Ric Flair. It was like a late night show vibe. Sid and Harlem Heat confront Sting and Davey Boy Smith, and they want to know who the identity of the mystery partner is. Sting yells out, "All I have to say is our partner is going to shock the world because he is none other than the Shockmaster." Then we see just a random wall, just a little wall, and there's some pyro going off, and then all of a sudden, coming through the wall, not even with the grace of the Kool-Aid Man, it's the Shockmaster wearing. Not only did this moment completely ruin this, but I don't know what they thought was going to happen, even if this would have went off without a hitch, because he has a pink, purplish, glitter Star Wars Stormtroopers helmet.
You son of a...
A Star Trek helmet.
I'm
out of this podcast.
I don't know the difference either.
Yeah, I mean, there's some wars in the stars and people trek to them. I don't know. No, I actually ended up going and watching everything Star Wars not too long. And then I remember me and Tim were on a trip, and I was like,
Yeah.
I'm just going to talk about Star Wars the whole time. I know you've been wanting this for years, but like,
He's like, they're really good. I was like, yeah, I know.
The best part of this
well, they're not
promo
all
is-
really good.
The best part of the
No.
promo is when Davey Boy breaks and says he fell on his arse.
Yeah. So, the Shockmaster was
Oh,
by Fred Ottman, formerly Tugboat. Who didn't love Tugboat? The
Cody
Tugger.
Michael.
You didn't love the Tugger? I love the Tugger.
I think you guys are talking about two separate things.
Since he was Typhoon, he scared me.
Yeah, that's a good call. I don't know if I knew what a typhoon really was. I was just like, all right, so it's water. It's something water. It's a water
It's a
earthquake.
natural disaster, sir. A natural disaster.
You're the earth and you're the water, so you're mud.
The Monsoon have been on a team.
Yeah, the one that should have called him Waterquake.
Waterquake.
And then they could have
got
brought
a
in
Firequake
Firequake and a Windquake. Oh,
Those-
yeah.
Those are sci-fi movies in the making.
I'm writing 3 of them right now as we do the
I'm
podcast.
starred in 2 out of 3. So.
Yeah. I've already got all 10 scenes just from this podcast.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it like the new whatever that
War of the World?
Yeah. I'm gonna do it like that.
God.
So terrible.
I was gonna do dub over of like what you guys are actually saying. I was gonna do a whole plot just from this. So he comes out, he trips on a piece of the set, that's a frame of the set, and he just falls forward. The helmet comes off, goes flying across the floor. You can see his face. He's trying to the worst part is he's trying to put the helmet back on. Like, nope, helmet's over, dude. Like, don't even stop embarrassing yourself. Sid Vicious is laughing, and he's trying not to, but Sid is cracking up and yells, "Oh God!" Oh God!
The best is watching Ming watch it for the first time on whatever that was.
Yeah.
And he's just like dying laughing. Like, oh my God.
And then, so Shockmaster gets back up again. He's trying to dust his hands off and just act like it didn't happen. You can hear Harlem Heat, Cole, which I think was Booker T, but he was the whole time, saying, "Who is this motherfucker?" And that's when Davey Boy Smith jumps in with he fell flat on his arse. He fell flat on his fucking arse. The live crowd got to hear that. It was bleeped in future, and then the live television viewers, but it was bleeped on future airings. Then Shockmaster just began gesturing towards Harlem Heat and Sid, while an off-screen voice, which was Ole Anderson once again, could be heard threatening Sid and Vader and Harlem Heat. Sid, for kudos to him, he remained in character and reacted in rage to what the Shockmaster had said. Well, what somebody else had said for the Shockmaster. But yeah, Shockmaster's doing like the...
Shockmaster sounds a lot like the Black Scorpion.
The Black Scorpion. So, if it may not... It's a promo, it's more of a segment, but man, is it... it's an all-timer. I mean, the fact that they made a wrestling figure that captures the moment is amazing to me. It's so good. Up next, we've got, I think this is one of the ones Draven for sure. This occurred on a episode of WCW Monday Nitro. Kevin Nash and Scott Hall in the ring. Kevin Nash is wearing a Sid mask, which is absolutely terrifying. It looks like, do you guys remember, I think it was Are You Afraid of the Dark? I think there was an episode with like a farmer, but he had like a mat, but it was like a mask on like a farmer. I don't know if you guys watch any of that or not. But okay. I'll try to find the picture and I'll post it in the...
Salute Your Shorts with like the mask.
Was it? It was Salute Your Shorts.
Yeah.
Oh,
I knew it was one of those Nickelodeon shows. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
The Sid mask looks like a more like
It's
that
the
mask on steroids.
It's because of the hat that's Bill.
And he had the flannel shirt on because Sid had been wearing those. So Nash cuts a promo as Sid, and at some point basically says as Sid that he's a big huge doof or whatever, like a goof or something like that. But then Sid comes out, and oh boy, do we get magic. So Sid comes out and he says, "See, I've had enough of you two. See, you screwed me. You've tried to make me look like a jackass. See, it all stops tonight. See, Nash, you can wear any Halloween costume you want to, but you know and I know that you're only half the man that I am, and I have half the brain that you do." Which, of course, it shows Nash and Hall being like, yeah. Then he finishes it up with, "But week after week, he says it again, you try to make me look like a jackass, but it stops tonight." And I wish you would have added, because I'm going to do it myself. The whole thing, like, you can hear when he says, "You've tried to make me look like a jackass the first time," you can hear Hall and Nash both in the ring be like, "We did!" Like, I saw where Sid talked about this, and according to Sid, he was told to say that line, and he didn't want to.
Hall and Nash, yeah.
And you can, going back and watching it with that in mind, like, that's definitely true, because they knew what the line was going to be, so they set it up, like, and just mocked Sid before. So, yeah, I feel so, like, looking back on that stuff, because, like, you got Sid breaking his leg in that match, you have the Arn Anderson incident with Sid, you had the softball stuff with Sid, like, all this stuff with Sid, and then, like, going back and watching it, the dude was really fun to watch in the ring, like, he had some good stuff, like, he was a monster of a man, like, so yeah, it sucks that Sid is known so much more for some of the, Sid's promos could have all made my Mount Rushmore, where he is, like, 2 weeks in a row,
in the car.
Goldberg crushes his car. There's not. I only went with the one.
Hey, listen, we're live, pal.
So what's the Sid one that you wanted?
Jason just referenced it. We're live, pal, when he starts to redo his promo.
Honestly, if I hadn't have found what's going to be my number one, I would have went with another Sid one. I would have probably done like a little like combo package of the two car ones and that one. Because the car ones are amazing. Like, the performance he gives in them is so good. But my number two, or I guess three, however you want to go, is the Jake Roberts Heroes of Wrestling promo, where he is fucking hammered, and who knows what else. The whole Heroes of Wrestling is a show that we need to do as like a special watch along.
Watch the whole fucking show.
Yeah, because it is something. Like, we won't even get into like the fact that he later used the snake as his dick and waved it around. Like, so this is just a promo.
That's a bonus, yeah.
And he says, "If you're in a casino, you should gamble. Let me tell you something, Anvil. You don't want to play cards with me because I'll cheat. Okay, I cheat. You want to play 21? I got 22. You want to play blackjack? I got two of those too. You want to play aces and eights? Well, I got too many of those too. The bottom line is this. You do not gamble with me. When you walk into a casino, when you want to gamble, the main thing is, you should realize this, to gamble, you must accept losing. I don't accept losing, and neither does Damien. Damien, my friend! My friend Damien is right here. You don't want to see this, do you?" As he's like grabbing the interviewer and like shaking him around, and then the camera pans down to the Damien's bag, and he says, and the whole time he's saying a lot of this, the camera's still there. I tell you what, Anvil, go ahead and roll the dice. Mr. Cameraman, get your ass back up here. Hello, I'm talking to you. Get that camera back up here. That's not what you need to worry about, Anvil. The bottom line is this. When the DDT comes, then the snake comes out. Worry about the DDT. DDT. DDT, 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 DDT. Think about it.
So I have to disagree. This is a great promo. I love it. No notes.
Okay. I mean, in theory, the wording is great. If you go back and watch it, oh man, there are times when I do not think he's going to get the next line out. He gets slurrier and slurrier as he goes, and he's like leaning on the interviewer at one point. Like
It's like Jason through our podcast.
yeah. Oh, I should have just sent the transcript to Jason and been like, "Hey, I'm going to need you to take a few extra drinks and read this for me." All right. My number one is one that I found while researching for this, and I'll post the video link in the comments.
I know what this is. Go ahead.
Because goddamn is it good. This is from like one of those old.
This is me, so help me God.
No, I think I know what this is.
What, you want to take a guess?
And I give him one of those?
No.
Oh,
No.
Oh,
that'd
that's
be
a
good
great
too.
one.
that was
So what's your name? I give him one of these. Who are you?
This one is so it's an old WWF show. I don't know if this was like a Coliseum home video thing. I can't remember all of what the old WWF shows were. But Mean Gene Okerlund is interviewing Mr. Fuji and Don Morocco and the Magnificent Morocco. And they're set to, Morocco's set to face Ricky Steamboat and JYD. And I can't remember who Morocco's partner was going to be. I don't think it was Fuji, but anyway, so Fuji does some talking. And then Morocco takes over, and so he has on a like reddish football jersey with the number 64 on it. So keep that in mind. And he says, and he looks also throughout this whole promo. My God, does he look smug, and he looks like he is saying the smartest thing that anyone's ever said. So he says, "We have a steamboat, see? What we have here is a steamboat is looking for a friend. So what does the steamboat do? He goes out and finds a dog. Isn't this a wonderful little story for all you little boys and girls? Wonderful, wonderful. It's just wonderful. So when the steamboat finds the dog," he does that for a little bit, dog sniffing all over the place, going all over the grounds, all over the place, and you know he's been there because he's messy and you step all over him. You have a steamboat and a dog. And you have Mr. Fuji and Magnificent Morocco, you see, and we don't leave things all over, do we? And then Mean Gene acknowledges the jersey that Don Morocco is wearing, and Morocco sees that and says, "You like the number?" And Gene is he goes, "Yeah, 64. And Morocco goes, 64. Don't get cute with me now." And Mean Gene says, "I'm not." And then Morocco gets back and he says, "Don't get cute with me because it's all numbers. It's all time. Time and numbers. And space. 64. Maybe 65. But maybe 46 in somebody else's eyes. And we're going to be in your face." And that's it.
He becomes McConaughey in True Detective.
Well, as I was watching it at the end there where he gets into the "it's all time," I was like, is he ripping off the Cosmic Cowboy? Because I cut promos where I was like, time and space, but like, mine had that theme throughout the whole thing. He randomly, something about the number 64, or 65, maybe 46 though, through somebody else's eyes. It is a magnificent, no pun intended, promo. And yeah, when this episode is
Sounds
on
like a cry
YouTube,
for help.
I don't know what it was. I don't know what it was. I still don't like.
He doesn't like steamboats and he doesn't like dogs. I don't know.
It didn't do anything for the match. Like, it didn't add anything to the match. Basically, he just said that JYD and Steamboat went all over the place shitting on the ground, is what I gathered, and that he doesn't shit on the ground. But yeah, I will leave this video, the link to it, in the comments, so everybody should check it out. It's something. So that is, I know it's a different, probably, I mean, there could have been so many options. That one, though, blew my mind, and I loved it, so I had to get it some attention. But That's my Mount Botchmore of in-ring of promos. So who wants to go next?
I'll go.
Sounds like Vance Desmond does.
So, some criteria I had to map out for this.
Okay.
I'm not doing anything ancient. I didn't do anything ancient. We're going back to in my lifetime, my wrestling watching time. So, Jason, I know there's going to be a bunch of stuff that you saw way before we were born, but
we all know you saw Abe Lincoln wrestle Carl Gotch.
That is in my list.
So, and also WWE has so many like matches in general. So they also obviously have a lot more at bats. And so I'm only doing major companies. I'm not doing some random indie video or stuff like that. It has to be a mainstream televised wrestling match. So no house show rumors or anything like that. So it's something that everyone's probably, at least familiar with. So, the way I'm doing this is I wanted to include other companies besides WWE, so WWE got honorable mention, or my whole list would have been them. So I figured some companies deserve some, look. So
in the worst way.
In the worst way. So this one I had not seen until I was looking for this. I've seen this. I think I've seen the pay-per-view, but I don't know. So Goldust versus the Ultimate Warrior at In Your House 7.
Oh yeah.
So. The match, Goldust runs in the beginning, and so Warrior goes and gets his chair and his robe and gets in the ring and puts it on and sits there, starts smoking a cigar. Goldust gets back in and wants his stuff back, so Warrior gives it to him, and so Goldust sits in the chair and puts on the jacket and then puts out his hand for Warrior to kiss. Then Warrior puts out the cigar on Dustin's hand. Dustin sells, takes a couple bumps, and then the splash, and that is the match.
I do believe there was also a promo that could have probably been on my list. Something that Ultimate Warrior had said about Goldust leading up to that. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. So this was basically just the story of the match was this guy is possibly gay, so let's beat him up.
And the Ultimate Warrior hates that.
Yeah. So at least it came from an honest place as an artist for the Ultimate Warrior. So
maybe he was just method. Maybe he's a method wrestler. And he just stayed in that character forever.
Vince McMahon could use that same argument about the trouble he's in. It's just I'm in Vince McMahon. I'm in Mr. McMahon character.
Mr. McMahon.
Yeah.
You know what Mr. McMahon deals with. Come on. So there's one of mine.
So that's on the Mount Rushmore, or that's honorable mention?
That's on Mount Rushmore.
Okay.
Goldberg versus The Undertaker from...
Oh, God.
Yeah. Not only because it's a bad match. It's a bad match. It almost ended one of the most iconic careers of all time in The Undertaker.
For no reason.
It was also for no reason. And something I think a lot of people had as like a dream match, which makes it even worse. Like, if Steven Richards and... Lance Storm have a bad match on Sunday Night Heat. Yeah, it's Sunday Night Heat.
If Stevie Richards or Lance Storm dies, they're
dead. But this is The Undertaker. So
I remember even back when I was younger and during like the Monday Night Wars, I remember anytime the magazines had a dream match list, it was always Goldberg and Taker, and I was always like, I don't want to see that. Like, even then, I was like, I don't want to see that.
That one, we all know that match prehistorically bad. And now here's my first non-WWE match. Sting versus Jeff Hardy. 2011. Forget the pay-per-view now, I had it, but anyway.
It's Victory Road.
Victory Road, thank you. Victory Road. So, Jeff Hardy's clearly so high he cannot perform whatsoever. That is different than Jeff Hardy's I'm high and I can perform because that's just normal. But then he had drifted too far gone. And so the whole match gets scrapped and it's one move and then a shoot pin. And even fans chant, this is bullshit. And Sting, one of the participants of the match, says, I agree to the crowd on the ramp. I can't believe Jeff Hardy ever came back from that, ever.
So, I think I knew this at one point, but how did they let him go out there?
They said they didn't.
The pay-per-view title match, They didn't know he
Their
was
whole
that high
thing-
until he was getting ready to walk through the curtain.
So
Oh.
Bischoff made the call of, hey, let's just make this the complete squash and just get it done.
Get him out there,
So
get
be out.
and move on.
So here's a first-person take of it. I did a squash thing in 2004 for TNA, and Jeff Hardy was there then. And while I was in Gorilla for like a Druid run-in gimmick, they said, "Hey, where's Jeff? He's up next." And I'm just there and do my thing. And they said, "Of course, he's in the bathroom." And he said, "Someone go get him." Right? So I do my thing and I come back, and Jeff Hardy's sitting in a chair like at the people who run the thing. And what Bill Behrens tells Jeff, stay in the seat, do not move or whatever, because it was a problem in 2004.
So that's
Yeah,
7
IDF.
years before this happens.
Yes, 7 years before this happened, they knew that there's potential for this. So, I mean, I can't give TNA any break. I could give it a break on anyone else, probably anyone, but not Jeff Hardy, because they knew this for forever.
Well, and I don't know how they didn't know it at least. Like, if he's standing there going to go out, and they, like, you have to be able to tell that he's that fucked up.
Eric Bischoff said that's when he found out, as we saw him coming into Gorilla, the years from a match, and was like, what the fuck?
And, like, I know that that's your main event, and, like, it's going to be hard to do, but, like, Sting's a professional. I'm sure you had somebody else in the locker room that you could have been like, just run out there, the referee will be telling you guys what to do. Like,
Yep.
you know, something, and then just everybody hold Jeff Hardy back and have the commentary.
Or even tell
Whatever,
Sting
something.
when you say, hey, we're going to end this match, they're finding someone right now for you to work in a makeup match. So when the fans chant this is bullshit, someone will come out and say, it's not going to go like that.
Right.
And you just do another main event, brawl around, make the fans happy match.
Yeah,
You know?
pin Jeff, get him out of there, and then somebody's coming out. Yeah. It's one of the worst ones just because of just how much that exposes wrestling in a really bad way, like in just the worst way.
So this one was the last pick here was a tough one because I didn't want to do another WWE match, so it made my WWE match that made honorable mention that is not my last pick is Seth Rollins and The Fiend Hell in the Cell.
Oh, that was bad, yeah.
That was bad.
They
The red
stuffed a
light
Hell in the yeah. Well, not only that, so it's annoying just visually, just to even watch, even if it was good. So it's already got that against it. And then the finish of a Hell in a Cell is a referee stoppage.
Yeah.
Because he hit a pile of garbage with a sledgehammer that was on top of the Fiend. I got it. Triple H hit the Undertaker in the head with.
I mean, yeah, with the red, like I don't like Draven gets very upset with lighting things that matches, and like for the most part they don't bother me, but that one was just like is this brought to you by the what was the Nintendo, the VR?
Virtual Boy.
Oh yeah,
The Virtual Boy? Like, is this match
yeah.
brought to you by the Virtual Boy?
Did
Like,
you know that they're putting a Virtual Boy out this year?
oh no.
There's
Yeah.
a thing that connects the Switch to. You can actually get it and put your Switch in it to play Virtual Boy.
Is it going to have it like everything red or?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
That's fun novelty. But yeah, not only was it like just the lighting and the finish, but the match was so long. Like, and I don't know if it felt longer because of the lighting, but yeah, that match was awful.
I actually swore that night that if they ever did another red match, I would not watch it. And they did one more, and I refused to watch it. I was like, I cannot do this. I just can't.
Yeah, it was tough to watch.
So that was my honorable mention. It almost
Okay.
made it. And I wanted to get a little more diversity, so I looked through AEW's catalog for the worst match, and pretty much the consensus, and once I looked at some lists and things like that, was Cody Rhodes, actually, versus Anthony Ogogo.
Oh yeah, that was bad.
That was a bad build-up. I don't remember the match. being
Yeah, even the build-up was terrible with that crazy
Well,
weigh-in
also-
segment, and
So they kept building up Anthony Ogogo's stomach punch. Remember, he would hit
Yeah.
these jobbers and they'd cough up blood or whatever. So in the first minute of this match, he hits it on Cody, and Cody sells it just like everyone sells a gut punch. Kind of just shrugs it off and fires back up. And then he hit it later on, and they weren't even treating it like this is Cody no-selling a finish. It was just ignored by everybody involved. And it's what they built the whole match around. And then Cody just beat him for America. And
There's still no way this makes the top 4 worst matches of all time.
It was bad.
So that's why I had that honorable mention. I wanted to put that in there, but I wanted to at least have a little diversity.
I mean,
Just because
it's got to be AEW's worst match.
it is definitely AEW's worst. I looked. There's a Dustin versus Shawn Spears.
Most of Nyla Rose's matches are worse than that.
Go back and watch this one, man.
It's pretty bad.
It's bad. Like, it's real bad.
There was a Paul White versus QT Marshall match, and
that almost
would be
made it. That was in discussion. I considered it. So
I think with it having Cody in it, and with it being supposed to be the start of like this guy's like this dude that they had spent so much TV time on,
and then they couldn't do
what you're doing
with him afterwards.
Yeah. All right. Well. Yeah.
Goldust, Warrior, Goldberg, Undertaker, Sting, Jeff Hardy, Cody, Anthony Ogogo.
Well, we're going to take one last break, and then we're going to come back with Draven and Jason's lists. So we'll be right back.
Does your cat make too much noise? Did you invent kit mittens to get it under control? Well, this would be the best place to advertise. The Gang Breaks Kayfabe podcast is actively looking for new sponsors. If you're interested, shoot us an email at thegangbreakskayfabe@gmail.com. Reach a wider audience and support a bunch of idiots.
We're back, and we are finishing off our Mount Rushmore with
and our donuts
and Tim S'mores donut, which he did not bring enough for the rest of us.
Right.
Son of a bitch.
I wish I would have heard about the delicious saltine crackers.
There better be one in my mailbox in the morning.
There'll be something brown in there. So Jason Draven, who wants to go next to start this?
I had the most booking botches or most botched booking, however you want to say it. So
I'm very interested in this list.
There's so many I could have went with here. A bunch of them could be interchangeable. So I'm just going to rattle off a couple of the honorable mentions. Black Scorpion. Terrible. Actually, could have been good. Just the execution was bad. The whodunit thing where it's a mystery, that's always good. But that was a terrible payoff. Vance, earmuffs. All of 2003.
I have headphones in. I'm not going to stand for this. You just give me your...
Him beating Goldberg when he had like a torn groin or whatever, and he still beat Goldberg. Like that whole the Katie Vick stuff, that was all part of his 2003 run that sucked.
You just gave me your address the other day, so I'll be there soon.
Was that when he was wearing the Goldberg thing? Was that when he was wearing the weird biker shorts?
He wore those because Goldberg
shorts to keep his groin inside.
Goldberg tore his groin, and they said, "Okay, that's no big deal. Triple H, take it off. We'll send Goldberg on the Australian tour to cover for you." And Goldberg said, "I'm not doing it." And Triple H said, "Fuck it. I'll have these special compression things to hold my body together because Goldberg won't do his job." That's why he wore those.
I get all that, but like, don't beat the dude on TV because that's still where you ended up going. Like, you diminished your own fucking end result by doing that.
Fun story about that run. The first time I watched wrestling at my then girlfriend's parents' house, without naming names.
That's right.
Everybody, was the night of the Katie Vick at the funeral home.
Awesome.
Was literally the night that I was like, "Oh yeah, I watch wrestling," and they're like, "We haven't seen that in forever." And I was like, "Yeah, we'll just turn it on. It won't be a big."
It's pretty much the same.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what. The best thing about wrestling is it still has never featured somebody fucking a corpse. So,
hey. Same.
Like,
so Chase Stevens of the Naturals had a tryout that night on WWE television, and he happened to be sitting at the monitor, sitting beside Shane McMahon. And this is the story he told me is they're watching it on TV, and Shane looks over at Chase and goes, "Do you think that's too far?" And Chase Stevens' answer was, "I just want a fucking job, man."
Good answer.
Yeah.
I thought you were about to drop the bombshell that Chase Stevens was Katie Vick. Is what I thought that bombshell was about to be.
That was what his tryout was for, to come in as Katie.
Yeah.
Imagine you get an extra job, and that's the job.
So lay there. Triple H is he's gonna fuck you, and he's gonna be wearing a cage mask.
First of all, I call that my WrestleMania.
But you couldn't do it because you have to pretend like you don't enjoy it. You have to play dead.
First of all, that's humanly impossible. No one can pretend they don't enjoy that.
Oh, weird. Okay.
Honorable mentions. All of Vince Russo's booking of the WCW title, including making himself champion and David Arquette.
You did whole eras.
Not having Bryan Danielson win the 2014 Rumble. Terrible booking.
Yep.
Finger Poke of Doom. All of Dungeon of Doom.
Doom's run as the tag team.
Where Hogan gets butt fucked. All terrible.
Oh, by the Yeti?
None of them made the top four, but the top
It's
four,
the Yeti!
The top four. No particular order, but ending Goldberg's streak the way they did. Because that tanked WCW's business. Because that even was before, by a month, the Finger Poke of Doom. That sealed the coffin, but that, like, the body was already in the coffin because of the way they ended the streak.
Yeah.
We'll stay with WCW here. The next one on the list, everybody's going to...
Sting and Hogan.
Hogan and Sting.
Yes.
He just wasn't tan enough, brother.
A year of build-up.
Still put the belt on him clean and end the story the right way. God damn.
The hottest storyline ever in wrestling at the time. A year.
You know what? This never clicked for me now, but doing this episode like this, Sting was on both sides of this fucking thing because he was too pilled up in the Hogan match and they didn't want him to win.
Oh, yeah.
He was the one with Jeff Hardy too pilled up.
But Sting was able to wrestle a full match, though.
True. Yeah.
Yeah, it was the
difference
worst.
between young workers and old workers. Old workers they could take those pills down and go to Retta.
He's fucked up on pills and he's going to work 2 matches.
It's not that these new guys are flippy. It's just they can't handle their pills. That's the problem.
Steroids, they can't handle the pills.
Tim, a match you definitely could have added on yours if you didn't want to go all WWF or WWE. Hogan and Warrior at
Halloween Havoc. It was considered, but the beginning. So I watched a review of
Go. Come on now.
The beginning of that's not bad. It's only from that fireball on. The beginning is exactly what you think from Hogan and Warrior. They're,
terrible.
No selling and doing strikes. And Hogan takes a couple bumps for him, actually, or whatever. So, it was going to be a typical Hogan match, which we could just do a whole Hogan terrible matches. But I did consider Hogan and Warrior from Halloween Havoc. It was on my list to cut down.
Well, I don't know if this will continue into Jason's, but I also considered a Warrior promo. And it was the promo when he first showed up in WCW, and he was supposed to have it was supposed to just be, and it went on for fucking ever, and no one.
Supposed to be 8 minutes total, and at 18, they're cutting a commercial mid promo.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and he just rambled.
It's 24 minutes altogether.
I just didn't want to read all of it. Is basically why that one didn't make it. All right, so you've got. Was that your first official one?
No, that was two. So the Goldberg streak and then Hogan.
Goldberg, yeah, okay.
Sticking with streaks here, ending the Undertaker's WrestleMania streak. The end result, that the whole point of doing this was to get to, when they got down the road, they're just we're not going to do that. So they had Lesnar beat Undertaker so he could squash whoever the champ was. It was Cena at the time. It was supposed to be Danielson. But the whole point was to make Reigns, because Reigns was supposed to beat Lesnar at the next WrestleMania. Then they just do the fucking cash in, and what was any of it for?
Yeah. Well, and it's not like Lesnar needed the
was already built
the win to go on to the next step. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
He would have been believable squashing Cena the exact same way, even if he didn't have that win.
So who do you think anybody should have broke the streak? Do you think it should have been Roman?
No, I don't think anyone.
Because of the
just because that, in the end, makes WrestleMania the brand more valuable, makes Undertaker the character more valuable. It's just a better legend to look back and tell the story of.
Undertaker just talked about it this week with his wife on that podcast. Did you see that clip?
No.
He said, they asked you, do you think the streak should have ended? He goes, no, honestly, I don't. He goes, not my call. And he's like, he goes, if it would have been my call, I would have said no to that. He said, but, I was being a good soldier or whatever. So even Taker didn't want to do it, which is crazy that Vince went against something that Taker didn't want to do. I'm sure Taker would just say, hey, I don't want to do this, but if this is what you want, I'll do it. So...
Yeah, because if they really wanted to put in effort in the storytelling, they could have made somebody off of being the guy that beat Taker, but they wouldn't have put that much effort in, and it would have just been a match with somebody that the fans would have been pissed off, and it wouldn't have done anything for anybody.
Right.
It's funny is I say I have a habit of that's the phrase I use to a booker when something sucks. I didn't want Facade to be Remix's first champion, I was saying, but I didn't think he should be Remix's first champion or whatever. And I said, but I don't think I should either or whatever. You shouldn't have that ladder match for the belt or whatever. And my whole thing, he said, no, I really want Facade to win it. I said, okay. I think it's a bad idea, but I'll do whatever it is you want me to do to the best of my ability. And Tim Cross gets that every once in a while. I'll go, I don't really like this idea, but if this is what you want, then I'll do it the best of my ability or whatever. I feel like
that's pretty much what I always did. Yeah, I only had the one time that I was like, I will not do it.
You guys are quitters. You never give in. Don't do what you don't want to do.
I mean, there was one match that I would not. I refused.
I don't think I've ever turned down anything. I have to think about that. But
there was one where I told Adam, I was like, dude, I'll do anything else you want. And I was like, I'm not losing to them. So, the Mega Plowers. But yeah, did I have to talk you into the Facade thing? I feel like Adam reached out to me to ask me to talk to you about it.
You tried to make me think it was a good idea.
Yeah.
And you kind of did, so I was like, yeah, all right, fine.
All right. So, yeah, back to Dravens.
Number one, not even close, the most egregious, terrible booking of all time, the John Cena heel turn.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I thought you were maybe going to go with the WCW invasion angle, but yeah, Cena's heel turn it was so bad.
The moment was a good moment, but the second that moment was over, they didn't put 1 ounce of effort into any of it.
I actually have. I'm glad you have this one because I found somebody summarized the John Cena heel turn, and when you read it the way it is, it really is just the worst thing ever. So, his final.
I feel like we set this up, but this is...
I forgot I saved this, but I saved it to go over this with you guys at some point, so this is perfect. His final Royal Rumble appearance ended with a light shove, like it wasn't, big thing.
Right.
Then he had that huge fucking heel turn, which is like the Hogan heel turn in the NWO. It's like just the biggest deal. But it really clearly was pretty evident quick that there was no plan to what to do from there. He had the Ruin Wrestling arc instead of a desperate John Cena heel. So if he would have went heel, he should have been playing it up more as he was desperate to win the belt before his career ended.
Lost so much in the past that he needed The Rock's help to fucking be in Cody's league.
Instead of he randomly wanted to ruin wrestling, which it wouldn't even ruin wrestling. It would have just started a new lineage of a title.
It would have been interesting. John Cena knows he's lost a step and can't hang anymore, so he had to do this to still be able to hang. That would have been a good story.
Even if they would have immediately done so he kicks Cody in the dick, and then immediately grabs the mic and tells Rock, I ain't selling my soul to you, but and then turns to Cody, but I know what I got to do to be able to beat you or something.
I think I'm stealing that arc to try to get myself to go back to a heel. I was like, I just can't win as a face, and so I had to. I'm stealing it.
Then his last WrestleMania match and world title win was overshadowed by the 2-minute run-in from
Travis Scott.
I can't remember who.
Travis
Scott. Then
Oh, we're old. The singer guy.
which really was one of the worst moments in recent memory of wrestling. Just so bad. Then he had a final match with Randy Orton, but it was basically all covered in the R-Truth situation at the time, which just muddled everything up and never went anywhere. Then he spends 2 weeks putting over how amazing Logan Paul is, which isn't the worst part of the heel thing. At least it's, giving another heel a little bit of rub. Then the Money in the Bank match wasn't anything to write home about. He had his last match with CM Punk, but it was really all more about. CM Punk was basically involved with the Vision stuff, Seth Rollins. So his match happening with Cena was kind of there. They tried to redo the promo.
Wasn't the
pipe bomb?
Wasn't the story of that he didn't think Punk would follow him to Saudi Arabia?
And I was going to say, and it put out there something that I don't know how, you spin that for TV. I just don't even know why they would bring it up. Then he randomly turns babyface because Cody beat him up or told him he needed to change something. I still don't really know why he turned back to be babyface all of a sudden. And he did have a much better match with Cody this time. But then, of course, it ends off with Brock Lesnar returning, which just really put a big old pile of shit on top of everything.
Yes.
Then he instead of now he is going to be wrestling AJ Styles, but he has the long match with Logan Paul after he's turned back to face.
It's not bad.
So he just
not bad,
weeks putting the dude over, teamed with him, and then 2 months later, all of a sudden, he hates the guy and let's have him.
Yeah. Then his final SmackDown match ends with Brock Lesnar interfering after Sami Zayn and Cena had a pretty good match. Then at SummerSlam, or at not SummerSlam, in a recreation of SummerSlam 2014, he gets squashed by Brock Lesnar after 6 F5s and absolutely nothing happening. So yeah, it was just, the worst way they could have done any of this. Like we've said on here plenty of times, and Draven was saying before we even started, I think, doing the podcast again, if the point isn't that it builds up to Cody being the one to beat him at the end.
Yeah, the only way it would have made any sense is
then what the fuck is the point?
The belt to the very last minute. The new top baby face beats him. Shake his hand, hug him. I had to turn heel to get the best out of you, to get you ready for when I'm gone. Easiest fucking story ever.
Yeah, but they clearly didn't really know what they wanted to do. I think they had just multiple ideas, and they were like, we'll figure it out. And then nothing worked.
Moments. It's that booking for moments thing. It is, we need to see a picture of CM Punk and John Cena in the ring together.
And, they could have easily just done, do
an open challenge.
Well, just
do an open challenge for every other damn thing.
Yeah.
Hey, this is Cena's last year. Who wants to step up? And then you have 2 guys that come out and say, well, I want to get one of these 20 spots. You have those 2 fight this week so that next week you get the match against Cena.
Yeah, because
make it for something.
When the heel turn first happened, I think initially everyone was kind of like, all right, this is a pretty awesome way for Cena to go out his last year. That's different. But if you weren't going to really do anything with it, just say, we're going to have the John Cena Greatest Hits Tour. And he's just going to wrestle the guys and then we'll fill in a few guys here and there that he hasn't wrestled before. But you didn't have to really even do a big thing about it. You didn't have to make it a huge storyline that fucked up all kinds of booking going, and would just randomly be well, now this guy has an issue with John Cena because he wants to have the one last match with him. Yeah, it definitely the worst. I'd say that's. Is that the worst booking in the last 20 years?
Probably.
That's my number 1 all-time worst booking.
Of all time?
Yeah.
It might be. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Just side question. when was The Rock's, whatever it's called, Meme Machine? Is that what it is, the current movie?
Smashing Machine.
Smashing Machine. When was he filming it? And did that have anything to do with his just in general not availability to be a part of anything? And so he's just like, screw it, I'm going off to make a serious movie.
I think he was free through WrestleMania. I don't think that movie started shooting till after.
Yeah, I think Draven's right.
Yeah.
But then he just disappeared after that, and that's when the storyline kind of died. That's when.
But that's the
just wondering.
Backstage
I'm not-
scuttlebutt, the Civil War going on, how he wants to try and sabotage Triple H and all that.
Right. Yeah, not giving any credence to it. Just wondered, especially with Roman and Cody coming back the same day because clearly Street Fighter has wrapped up, so they're free again to come back on the same show.
And Kenny Omega.
So
Yeah, and Omega.
Just a thought.
Yeah. All right, so rounding out the Mount Rushmore, Jason, what do you got for us?
So concerned about this.
So you got in-ring botches.
I have
Draven's
in-ring
threatening,
botches,
so-
which, strangely enough, a couple of the matches on my list have already been mentioned tonight under other categories. So,
Okay.
as I told you guys, I felt like that in-ring could be any number of things. The ref's the issue, a move that doesn't work, so we got to keep trying it, a gimmick that was supposed to happen, any of the above could be. So, plenty of honorable mentions. I will start with Angle and Shane at King of the Ring, the Street Fight 2001. I gotta put you through this glass. I'm gonna put you through the glass. I don't care if I fractured your tailbone. I'm gonna put you through the glass. Like,
I will throw you into this glass as many times.
But how good did that make the match?
Yeah, I disagree with this one.
like again, honorable as far as like
I
if we
get
went
what
through
he's
the
saying.
first
Like,
time.
how
That's
long
the
would Kurt
only
Angle
thing
have
we
thrown
know
him?
about the match, and it resulted in an injury because we got to keep trying because it just didn't go through. Same thing with
be here
Angle.
right now watching Kurt Angle throw Shane McMahon into that if it hadn't broke.
Same thing with Angle and Lesnar for Mania 19 with the shooting star. No one knows anything about the match. All we know is that Lesnar likes to land on his head sometimes when he hits a shooting star in a big match environment. You know,
One of us
Email
here has
it.
done that. One of us here has done that.
It wasn't me, if
Not-
anybody's wondering.
not it. So, on my list is the Sting Hogan match. Not just for the booking, but for the idea that Nick Patrick is supposed to do a fast count. He doesn't. This is Bret Hart's debut. He's supposed to come out and be like, no, this isn't how this is going down. Clearly, this is an NWO ref. He has something with Hogan, so I'm going to stop you from ringing the bell. Hogan goes to leave. Bret grabs Hogan, throws him back into the ring. Suddenly, Bret, for some reason, has referee powers. He's not wearing a striped shirt.
Hey, I will add this detail because I'm the resident WCW stan. He was a referee earlier in the show, so he had his referee license for the whole night.
Oh.
There you go.
Well, there we go.
Correct.
Then I guess
Briscoe versus Bischoff.
Bischoff, yeah.
Okay.
It was very reminiscent of what just happened with LA Knight and that match where he starts telling Bronson Reed that he can't do that, even though Bronson Reed hadn't done anything. Same thing with Bret coming out and being like, you counted fast and you whatever.
Right.
Everybody's like, no, he didn't. That was pretty normal. Like,
So then we get a whole bunch of run-ins, and then Sting puts him in the sharpshooter. Hogan still, again, refusing to do the job, doesn't tap. He's just shaking his head, and Bret just calls for the belt. But again, all because what should have happened was Nick Patrick was supposed to do the count, and since our original conversation about this was about the ref and the count, that's what definitely put that in my head to begin with.
maybe Hulk Hogan shouldn't have politic his way into having Bret lose the title to Yoko, only for him to then turn around and win it. So, of course, Bret's going to be like, oh, yeah, he's tapping.
Right.
Look at that. That's all
Right.
kinds of
Fair
tapping.
I did also have Jeff Hardy and Sting mentioned as the as a honorable mention. That's how I knew Victory Road so quickly. Just because the entire match probably should not have happened, and they should have just been able to pull something of, or did like we said already. Go ahead and make it a quick squash, and then someone else comes out, do the Hogan Yoko.
Well, and then even the way Sting had to like manhandle Jeff Hardy,
right?
To get him into the like it was just such an obvious.
No point
This isn't
did
what it's
anyone
supposed
in
to
the
be.
audience not think there was something going on. Like there was no question of what the hell just happened. It was more about why the hell did this just happen.
Before you go on, I do want to say something though that Tim's going to love to hear. So speaking of Bret Hart, I have to take Triple H's side on the recent Bret Hart quote. I think it is insane that Bret Hart said Triple H has never had a good match. That is, no matter what you think of Triple H, that is pure insanity that he's never had a good match. Like,
Right.
I'll even skip all of the like stuff that you would probably immediately think of. His match with Dean Ambrose at that random little
That's
side pay-per-view
Block.
that they did. Yeah,
Roadblock,
that match
yeah.
is fucking awesome. Like, so not even counting the street fight with Mick Foley with Cactus Jack, like the ladder match with The Rock, like not counting the amazing matches that he had back in the day, like even that one. So yeah, Brett, like you've got to stop, man. You've got to stop. Shit on Goldberg all you want, and then keep it at that. Like that's your lane.
Him and Shawn, Triple H and Shawn had,
Yeah,
I mean, probably 4 bangers in different pay-per-views and stuff.
yeah.
Called the street fight.
Yeah.
I meant to bring up that quote earlier, and like to start off with a little bit of a news roundup, and I forgot.
Triple H,
So
Shawn Michaels, Chris Benoit, triple threat, man. There's been a lot of Triple H matches.
yeah, so Brett was way, way off and just completely out of his damn mind with that one.
Next on my list would be AEW's Revolution 21. Anyone know the match?
The exploding ring.
That would be the exploding death match ring between Moxley and Kenny Omega. So 25 minutes of this match is just crazy batshit. We're doing everything we can, like double arm DDTs off the apron through barbed wire boards, any number of things, just to get down to. Then we have the Good Brothers come out and interfere. Kenny hits the one-winged angel. Like, the match is over, but the timer's still going on for whatever reason.
That's how those always do.
Yeah, and so then we get Eddie Kingston, our favorite spinning back fist,
Watch
to come
your
out.
fucking mouth. Watch your fucking mouth.
I said favorite. He comes out and he lays on him, and then we get some sparklers that go off. Apparently, Kenny did a interview recently that he said that he was very he was the one that really pushed for the match, and he was really embarrassed by how it all went down. The guy that was in charge of the explosion didn't come earlier in that day, and so at the apparently that guy decided to change how they were going to set the explosions off compared to how they had discussed it, but they never did a dry run of anything. And
Why
so
would you want to make sure the
was
explosion's going to go well?
was the first time they tried it, and he decided just on his own, whoever was head of the explosion committee, or it was a weird phrase that Kenny used for it, but decided just to do something completely different than what they were going to do. However, he rigged it up, and so that was what happened. Now, out of this, we also had Moxley changing his music up, all this stuff with Onita, and we got even outside of AEW, we got the dark side of the ring about how crazy these kind of matches are, and people who had never heard that name before or even knew about these kind of matches suddenly are hearing about it. Then we finally get one in America, and this is what we get.
Was that the match that made us start the AEWTF podcast? Or
Maybe.
If it wasn't, it was one of the catalysts, I would assume.
Yeah.
Time frame
Yeah, that
seemed
was
great.
such an unfortunate.
Some more recenter, honorabler.
More
mention.
recently?
One that I'm sure no one here saw because NXT. Ricky Saints versus Jasper Troy, who was the guy that won the Legends and Future Greats.
Yeah.
That they were on the up by the what would be the NXT Titantron, and Ricky's just kind of crawling back towards the ring. Apparently, Jasper was supposed to do like a back senton or something onto him through the ramp, and the ramp just fell in just with him crawling down it. And then he just kind of looks at the ref like, I don't know what to do. And so he just does the jump anyway. And the announcers are like, oh, it looks like the stage just fell in.
Like, yeah, I didn't see it.
And then I think that guy got, and I know that had nothing to do with either of the workers. That clearly was the gimmicked stage. But I think that guy only got like one more match on TV and was never heard from again.
I think he's still. I mean, I know that
still
had
around
happened recently, but
you'd think he would have been part of this TNA
I don't
showdown.
know.
I mean, I'm just gonna say that you could totally make up names and say they're NXT people, and I'd never know.
Yeah,
there's a guy named Jasper.
That's why I said I'm sure,
NXT.
but
okay,
it is crazy that it's just like the announcers are like, I think the stage just fell or the ramp just fell in, and he's just looking at the ref like, and then so he just does like a jump onto him. Oh, and in case you were wondering, Ricky Starks still ends up winning the match. They get back in the ring, and Starks still beats him. Like, so the plan was you were going to get put through the stage, and you were still going to get the win?
Maybe he was supposed to get out of the way, and the guy was going to back senton through the stage and break it.
Yeah.
Something. Sticking with the honorables of the gimmicks just not cooperating, and this time's more of a production issue, I think, is the SummerSlam no disqualification between Lyra and Becky with her zip ties coming off, and production just decided to zoom in on her while she was trying to put them back on, and then keeps them back on for the next 5 minutes of the match that we clearly know they're not on.
How does that happen? Like, we've seen now behind the scenes of what, the production is.
Yeah.
How does that happen? There's nothing else that they could cut to?
What I'm assuming is Abyss fucked up again.
I'm assuming that they had planned a zoom-in spot with the camera to show that she was still tied up. Like, it was already scripted in to zoom in there.
And they just cannot go off script, apparently.
They cannot. Referees will not count three unless they're told they can.
If you're scheduled to click the button to go to this camera, and you click the button to go to the camera, you can't see that she's out of it till you go to that camera.
Well, you get a pre... So, no, you get...
there, but it didn't, they didn't have the close-up shot of that yet. Like,
that's true.
Yeah. Okay, so...
next on the list, also ref issue and just in general weird whatever the story was supposed to be. Hangman and MJF from Forbidden Door with the MJF pushes Hangman into the ref. The ref goes down. MJF hits Salt of the Earth. Is that what it's called? Through the ropes, the DDT, and the pile driver, and then goes for the pin. The foot gets up on the rope. The ref does 1, 2, and then goes to hit 3, but then passes out for no particular reason. Then we get the Briscoe coming down the ramp for no particular reason. Is that what it was?
I think we get a different understanding of in-ring botches than you.
Oh. Well, this was the ref group. Like, it makes no sense as far as that goes of any of what was planned. Like, especially when you get Briscoe coming out. So even if the ref was supposed to be pushed down and was just in the wrong spot in the ring, and because he gets up and moves to do the count, and then still does the 2, then passes out or whatever. Then he gets back up again. And then, 5 minutes.
The way I see it, like a botch isn't when you plan something and you do it exactly as it's planned and it's just not good. Like, that's kind of what that one was. They didn't mess up anything.
Yeah.
But I don't know what the plan, what the plan was. The plan was for him to act passed out, or the plan was, Mark Briscoe was late coming out, or, it just, none of that flows, especially with with Mark coming out. Weirder if it would have been Jay.
3 that pass out, and then he saw the foot on the rope?
Yeah.
He hit 2, and then his third kind of, sweeps across, though, and then he goes down.
But I think the commentators and everybody sold it as that was a 3 count.
Yeah, I think the story was that he hit the mat.
Because he reversed it and continued the match when he saw Hangman's foot.
Right, I get it. I'm the only one you're going to argue the list with.
Hey, last time it was me. Somebody's got to be the one to get argued with.
That's fine.
But yeah, even if he had counted the 3, and then they redid the match at the next show, that would have made more sense. But for him to count the 3, then a minute or so later come back to, and then see Hangman's foot on the ropes, so he changes it and continues, that made 0 sense. That doesn't work. That's not how that works. But yeah, also I think the salt of the earth is the armbar.
And the armbar.
The pile driver is the heat seeker.
The heat seeker.
There we go.
So you botched that one. That's going on by Jason's botch more.
Fine, we know the rules. I have to drink. See, Tim has to drink if I make a mistake.
All right, so that is you have one more on the main list?
One more. Royal Rumble 2005, Cena and Batista. Clearly, as apparently the rules really should be in this thing, they weren't both supposed to go over the top and touch at the same time. For Vince then to get down and get in the ring, tear both of his quads, and then just sit there while he's pointing and trying to tell them what to do.
Oh my God, yeah.
They restart the match for Batista to win. Clearly that wasn't supposed to happen, and then just what it became out of it just makes it funny now. I mean, it was funny then, too, because even at the time, I was like, why is this guy sitting on the ground? What the hell is happening?
It's shocking. So they've done that finish a few times. It's shocking that has not happened every time.
With the Brett and
Lex.
Sean? Bulldog.
Brett and Luger.
Bulldog and Sean. But it was Sean skinned
Bulldog and Sean.
Yeah. Brett and Luger are the ones that, yeah.
I thought Bulldog and Sean did too.
But they did too, but I think but Brett and Luger's was, they actually hit it at the same time.
And then Sean's the one that skinned the cat and came back in.
I'm just shocked that
Bulldog was celebrating.
Yeah.
But, and I'm shocked for both of them to fall out at the same time. See, the Cena guy, he's a bum. He's just ruining things. So
it was exactly the same time too. If you watch it, it's exactly too close to call.
Had it been planned, and then Vince was supposed to come out and restart the match and not get injured, then it would have came off really well. But clearly, that is not what it was supposed to happen based on everyone's reaction.
Vince
sitting there, both legs straight out.
For sure, we're going to be on your list. I thought the Sid leg break would be on there. That's terrible.
I was trying to avoid just legit injuries.
And the other one would have been the Austin Owen pile driver.
Right. There was a different one with one of those guys I was gonna say, but when can I just say it?
No,
I don't know it.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah,
when Austin and Brett and he was in the sharpshooter and there was just so much blood. There wasn't supposed to be that much blood. What did you think I was gonna say, Cash?
I don't know. I thought you were going to go over the edge with it. I thought you were going to take it over the edge.
I wasn't going over the. I was just going to go right to the edge, but I wasn't going to go over.
All right.
That took me way too
long.
All right.
I watched Draven try to figure it out.
Okay.
Everybody.
All right, then.
It was like a dog after you pretend to throw a ball.
Right, like, did I
I'm
just
trying
get
to
us canceled?
I'm trying to think what would be on my. There was a match I watched recently, and I can't remember. It was either WWE or it was like an old WCW show, which is sad that I can't remember which one it was. But like nothing in the match worked. It was one of those matches where like you just want them to stop. You just want them to stop and go to the back and just not try to keep going.
When
Have you
When
ever
I
had
was-
that experience?
Yeah, the time me and JD wrestled, like I think it was our only singles match. I had zero chemistry with JD. Anybody else in that group I could work with, like anybody.
I had a bad.
JD though,
The one I'm talking about was a triple threat match so bad it was me, JD, and Jason Thunder, which are all like you would think that would be. No, it was fucking.
Those are
awful.
Those are my three favorite opponents, maybe, like from the Flippy era.
two of my worst matches of all time involved JD.
Wow.
Wow.
Because
me and Trick had a stinker our first one, and we even talked about when we were getting ready to wrestle the time. I was like, man, that first one was a stinker, wasn't it? I was like, yeah, I don't know what the fuck our problem was, but then we went out and had a banger, so then we broke the curse. But
I forget. Me and JD wrestled each other. You were on it, Tim. I don't know if Draven was or not, but it was a random show. Like I don't remember the promotion. I don't remember where. It was the only time I'd ever worked there. But me and JD worked each other, and nothing worked. Like nothing worked. Everything was off as far as timing goes. We missed like everything. We were like both just like in the middle of the match, being like, "What the fuck?" Like to each other, just being like, "What is happening?" Like.
well, you know that match, that like scramble we did at that Ohio show where no fans were at, and we just booked ourselves in that. I watched that music video. Draven made of that the other day. That must be why JD tried to kill you in that match with that knee to the back of the head, or was
Yeah.
oh my, knee strike, like downward knee strike to the back of the head.
Yeah, something. Yeah. It rang my bell for sure.
Yeah,
That match was awesome though.
Yeah, I forgot about that. I like that match a lot.
So you sold your head completely down, like to where like looked like your head was gonna touch your toes, but you didn't bend your legs, so you popped back up and like kind of crumbled. It was
Didn't
nasty.
that match get set up with a battle royal in the opener where I rolled out of the ring and I talked to somebody on the phone, like maybe JD wasn't at the building yet, and he was talking to you who was watching the match, and you put me in the phone, and I talked to JD while I was in the battle royal.
I don't remember it. I don't know how. I don't remember why I was in it. Like, because it was Freebird was in it. Me.
It was a fight.
And we
Vance.
put Freebird over.
Okay, so it was
We put Freebird over because he never would go over us anywhere else. And we're like, let's put Freebird over. He never goes over on us.
We need to. That's what an episode in the future needs to be. Any of the
That's about Brian Cross.
any of the matches we can find on YouTube that would be good for us to watch.
And then the empty arena scramble that we did that we sent to CZW as a demo. We could watch those two on the same episode.
I give Dorian one of the sickest suplexes ever.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like,
and then
wheels him on top of his head.
Scramble, I think.
Yeah. And I just basically was like the base for almost the whole match. Like, because I remember like everybody dove on me at different times. But we need to watch both of those.
For what it's worth, there's been plenty of times I've been in the audience, and I thought, I really wish these guys would just go to the back and maybe come out and try it again.
I wish I could remember what match that was. If I can remember, I'll share it with you guys. But there's some matches that you're just like, especially as a worker, that you're just like, you feel so bad, like. You know what that feels like when it's happening, and you just were like, just let them stop. Let them stop.
So the Revenge, we did our first world title. It was a gauntlet match, and the first leg of the gauntlet match was me versus Bill Collier. And me and him have like great chemistry, always have good matches. The match that I consider my best match ever was with him. And like for some reason, we just did not click, and I'm telling you, it was no more than 4 minutes in the match, I told him to just fucking hit me with this finish and get me out of there. And we scrapped everything we were going to do because it was so fucking bad. I was dying of fucking embarrassment I just wanted to get out of there and get out of the building.
I don't think I have one I can think of off the top of my head. I'm sure I have. It's just I legit tried to never. If I botched up, I was like, move on. So I can't think of anything right this minute.
I think like
if you start botching 3 or 4 things and like your chemistry's off, then like somebody forget. Like sometimes you just get that negative momentum that you can't get out of.
Yeah, the one botch, whatever, like you're just like, okay, you move on. But yeah, when the whole match is just nothing is working and just everything you're trying looks bad and you just want to look out the crowd and be like, I'm sorry, I don't know what's going on.
I had another
I'm gonna leave.
Match like that in Revenge. I had a 3-way TLC match where it was Anthony Gaines, me, and Kevin Bennett on, again, good workers.
All good workers,
Gaines came into the match with a dislocated shoulder and tries to do like the handspring fucking moonsault and it fucking popped out. And he just starts screaming and I'm laying there waiting for a moonsault. Kevin Bennett goes to backdrop me off the apron through a table and I go sideways and hit my fucking shoulder and my shoulder's out for the entire match. No table would break. The Botchamania dude DM'd me on Twitter within like an hour of that show ending for the footage. Like it was just fucking nothing was working.
Well,
for what it's worth, I have said to plenty of people when I've had to justify my love of pro wrestling and my friend's chosen side gig, I don't know how I would be able to travel all the many years I did with you guys and go to so many shows if you weren't as good as you are. If you were some of the other people on the cards, I just feel like I would not have been able to go to the shows. I would not be like, oh, where are we going this weekend? You want to do a 2-hour drive so I can see you do that?
You would have something a lot.
Come on, man. It's really not worth that money. Can we just stay home and play games or something? Like
you could have saved you could have saved me and Tim, especially a lot of pain and injuries. If you just
that is probably true, but
hey, you guys
there honestly has been plenty of times that I have had to say that. I don't know what I would have done if my friends weren't good at what they do and had to lie about, oh yeah, no, that was a good match. You guys did real good. Like I can't wait to come and see you next weekend.
Speaking of me doing this and making Jason come watch, what color should my new gear be? Everyone tell me. I don't know.
Blue. It's always blue.
Pink.
I know. Put it in the color. I was going to do black with the pink letters, icon in pink, and then the skull and cross hammers in pink.
Are you trying to go heel again?
Yeah. I mean, trying to push it a little bit.
Is there any way you can put our logo on your gear? Well,
let's see how much we got money in the corporate account to pay me for that.
We'll have to take that up with the treasurer says. That depends on how many shirts were bought during this episode.
Guess exactly how much it will cost you. $28.
Are you just buying some underwear?
Yeah, I literally am. Yeah.
Have you seen his gear?
On paper and stapling it onto the underwear.
The gear prices are ridiculous. The guy used to make my gear, it was $30 to $40 a pair of trunks. That's appropriate.
Thanks, Biden.
Yeah, that's like $120 for a pair of underwear with that skull on it. Come on, people!
All right, so we're working heel. We're working heel. What's the storyline for the comeback for heel?
No,
that'll tell us what color you need to be.
I'm gonna be a face at the beginning.
Like something like purple and gold.
Didn't you have purple and gold ones?
No.
Purple and silver? Did you have?
No.
You had black and silver ones.
You gave Silver Pants to Wicked for his first match ever. I remember that.
And I thought about going orange. Doing like that color, orange and.
I hear orange and blue is a good combination.
Yeah, and blue.
50%
so like doing.
Podcasts used it their whole career.
Yeah.
We'll do orange and green to get both of us.
I have orange and blue trunks that don't fit me anymore, and they're okay. But
based on this,
do green?
Go with banana yellow.
I was going to go yellow, but Dustin does all yellow, and a couple other guys do yellow, and I'm like, too much
really
yellow.
Original and just put some black dots on the yellow, like polka dot looking.
I like that.
I think you should go yellow and just start like it's your final run. You're going to do this the Hogan way, brother.
bonus of wearing yellow gear, you can piss yourself at any time and you're good.
I even thought about
And you
white
already
gear,
do
but
that,
then
so this would be...
Yeah, I thought about white gear, but then that raises the problem.
So yellow with brown dots.
I was just,
That would be.
It's
would be
some white
preferable
splatter.
then.
White splatter effect.
Super.
this is gonna be some.
And some red
realistic
splatter
gear,
effect.
brother.
So design my gear and post it. Can you do that? Is that
Well, I'm going to now. But in the comments, leave us what your Mount Botchmore would be in these categories.
And
Let us know.
me, because I know I would probably be on everybody's for everything I've done.
And tell me
mean-
what kind of panties I should wear to fight men with.
Yeah, that's the big important takeaway from this episode that we need. But thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Definitely leave us a comment. Let us know what we were wrong about with the Mount Botchmores. What you agree with. What your list would be.
The Botchmore.
Oh! You son of... And until next time, kayfabe is officially broken for tonight, so we'll let it heal up and rebuild itself, and we'll be back next week to break it all over again. I don't know what's happening, but for...
No gang signs on the podcast. We talked about this in a meeting.
It's kayfabe. It's broken.
Oh, okay.
Let's end it with that.
Arrow.
Wah, wah,
Weirdo.
wah.